Hey you guys, it's Shonda and you're gardening with the country girl. I know it has been quite a while and my patio garden has changed quite a bit, and I just wanted to give you a quick tour of the patio garden so you can see what I've been up to. I've been totally busy with not only my community garden plot, but I'm coaching Little League, and it has taken up quite a bit of my time. So what you're seeing here is what has lasted from pure and utter neglect. So let's start with the greenhouse. So I had some cilantro in here. They've died from not being watered. What's left are, this is the, Silver Princess Daisy. I've got some basil left. This is a blueberry tomato plant that's left back there, barely hanging on. There's a dragon tongue bean plant. This is a dark green zucchini that's barely hanging on. Another dragon tongue that's probably dead. These are collards and Georgia Southern collards, golden acre cabbage, Brunswick cabbage that's remaining. There's a sweet William, rose queen cleome that's actually doing pretty well. And there's nothing back there. Another dragon tongue bean that I really need to get out to the community garden. If you can see it, but it's doing really well. There, those little white spots are actually not diseased. That's some of that 7 dust that I sprayed on them. So the asparagus, Mary Washington asparagus is what this is. Outside of there's a tree. Let me show you the tree. There's a tree that's really close to my patio. It spit so many darn seeds when it was spreading those seeds, and they get in everything. So some of these little sprouts here are actually not part of the asparagus plant, but actually part of that tree. I may be pulling up some asparagus, but this is what the asparagus plant looks like. See these little fern-like things? And I had some leftover something in there, dead. Everything the bulbs in this container have died or died back like they're supposed to, except for those same little seeds from the tree. And then let's start at the top. Here we go. So guys, remember some of my tags got messed up. So this is either cauliflower or broccoli. It might even be kale. But it's going to seed, and that's one of my house plants that basically has gotten sunburned because my husband made me bring it outside because it had some little fungus gnats in there and he was not having it. This is the marigold with the celosia plant, and look at that, cauliflower or broccoli or kale something. And then this is another marigold with a celosia plant in it, probably dead. Another one back there, marigold with the pink celosia, and another broccoli, cauliflower or kale plant, I'm not sure. And then I should have probably done this tour when I didn't already have this shelf on here. What I did was I took my 5-tier shelf that I had my plant starts on the inside, and I brought it on the outside so that I could have more vertical space on my patio. And I removed the table and put it in my storage unit right there. Okay, so this is the purple echeveria plant. It's doing so well. Look at all of that new growth right there. Again, these little white spots are actually not diseased. That's actually the 7 dust that I sprayed on it to keep the bugs away. Starting to see some cockroaches, starting to see mosquitoes and all that jazz. This is the coleus plant. Super leggy from not having enough sun, and definitely I've not been watering it, but the echeveria, of course, because it's a succulent, is doing pretty well. Now the green echeveria, it's not doing so well as the purple one. Remember, I got those the same time. They were about the same. I ended up having to pluck some of the leaves off and I put it around it. Some of the ones that I put around it are dead. This is my house plant that's dead. But the aloe vera plant, from utter and sheer neglect, is actually doing pretty well. It's gotten bigger. Coleus, sheer and utter neglect, are doing wonderfully. So, see there? These big guys right here, they actually need to come out. I need to separate these guys and put them in some separate containers, but I love the way they look. They're beautiful. Go Coleus. Go aloe vera. Go purple echeveria. All right. And down to the third tier. These are my pepper plants, looking very good. This 100-degree weather that we are having here in the Carolinas is affecting a whole lot of things. Things that would normally fight through and be okay are suffering, but not the peppers. The peppers are doing wonderfully. See there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pepper plants. These are either beets, radishes, or something that I've just continued to water, but I doubt if they read anything. I think this was supposed to be my microgreens, and I've just basically let them go way too far. This is some mint. I think I need to take my mint out and put it in a square container. Since mint likes to grow sideways, so it probably needs to be put in a square or rectangular container. So I'll do that. And then this is another broccoli, cauliflower, or kale plant that is gone to seed, and it's actually looking like it's pretty much dying or dead. But I just keep watering it, hoping that it'll do what it needs to do. I know I need to pull off some of these old, burnt out leaves. Like I said, we over the last couple of days have gotten, or actually the last couple of weeks, we have gotten 99, 80 degree weather, and so everything is suffering. This is the caladium hosta, still not doing anything. I'm still watering it. Actually, you can tell I just watered this because that is dried out on the sides, so I definitely probably need to add some more water to it. And then hostas, this is the irises, blue magic irises. I have no idea what's going on with them. And then I'm actually pretty excited about this. Do you guys remember my main bulb container that had all of the pretty daisies and tulips and crocus bulbs in it? Well, this is that container. And remember, there were 2 other plants that we had not yet seen them grow out of this container, which were the Ixia plants and the gladiolus. So I tried to at least pull all of the brown stuff, which was the old crocus leaves and stalks and things from out of here. And this is what's left over. So I'm excited to see what grows here. I definitely am going to now start keeping up with my watering. So that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's something new here. Remember, this is how they grow. So that's my main bulb container. All right, moving on. And this is the wall planter. These flowers are the impatiens. They are very, very forgiving because they look like this when they need water. See how that looks a little sad? But then they come back looking like that after you water them. See? And the little white flowers, they come back. So I'm actually beginning to think that impatiens are the kind of flowers that I need. because they let me know when they need water and they let me know when they're good. There's a white bulb or a white petal that's getting ready to come out, and they're very, very forgiving, especially for a busy mom like me who has other things going on. Here is the hydrangea plant that I got from Cottage Farms QVC. So it's doing pretty well. It's getting a little leggy because I had it actually over here, and because of this huge tree in front here, a lot of things have been tilting to the side. So I turned it this way in hopes that it'll just kind of balance itself back out. And then this right here is the blueberry tomato plant that I got from Baker Creek. And it's huge. It's getting big. This is a huge container. I don't know if you can really gauge the size and scale of this, but it's a regular tomato cage. I know these things aren't good, but for me on this patio, this tomato cage will do just fine. I definitely got to do some pruning, but I'm gonna let that do what it does. This is the black vernissage tomato plant. It definitely needs some pruning, needs some staking. I've ordered 10 more of these tomato cages because I need one. No, I already got one there. So 1, 2, and I'm going to use some tomato cages for these potato plants as well. And then I've got several things out at the community garden that I'm going to put some cages on. And basically this was my pea trellis. This was the little marble peas and the Alaska peas. My daughter and I ate the peas that were on here, and I tried to grow some more, but with these 100-degree days that we've been getting here in the Carolinas, there's no way any more peas are going to grow. So I'm going to take my little handmade trellis that is basically, I don't know if you can see that spider webs are coming. I'm going to take that down and just throw away those last 2 peas because there's nothing else on the other side other than the seeds from this tree here. This is I think it's the red Russian kale. What is it? It was the red Russian kale in there. Everything's just watered. I just watered on top of it, so they just take a little time to stand right back up, but they're fine. Okay, and then oh my, you guys, look at this. These are my potato bags. Okay, and one of these bags is just strictly Yukon Gold, and the other is a Harvest Blend, which are the red potatoes and Yukon Gold. I think it's this one because look at the stalk. The stalk looks a little reddish. Well, honey, these things, again, because of this tree, everything is sort of leaning. So they were standing straight up, but once they get a certain length, they start leaning toward the light as well. So as I was sweeping up on my porch, my patio, I had my husband slide the bags while I could sweep. And then I just kind of leaned the tall guys across the balcony. But it's huge. And this is not the time to harvest any potatoes, so these are going to be even bigger. And of course, I have been trying to feed them as much as I can. Potatoes are heavy feeders, and they need water and food all the time. So because I haven't been the biggest waterer out here over the last couple of weeks, some of them are looking kind of sad, but for the most part, these potatoes are doing wonderfully. And then again, from sheer and utter neglect, my dahlias, I'm watering. Hopefully they'll come back. This is one of the pea plants that actually I put in here. It's actually doing pretty good. It probably would do better if I staked it up, gave it a trellis, something to grow on. This was the Durango, what is that? Durango Red Marigold. and that was the African marigold right there. It's basically died, but the dahlias are okay. Look at the dahlia. Another forgiving plant. This is the Dahlia Nova series dahlia, and the Durango yellow marigold is dead basically, but this other dahlia is all right. Some more red Russian kale that just got watered, so it's going to take a couple of days for it to start standing back up. And then this is the Paul Robeson tomato, which is doing excellently. Again, I got to pull these little seeds out. This is the tree seeds, and it needs to get staked up. And then look at this beautiful guy. How are you? See, all of this crazy ass weather that we've been getting, hot weather, it's burning some of the leaves, but for the most part, this money tree, which is Patio aquatica, is actually doing pretty well. So what I'll do is clip off some of these ones that are burnt, but it's not too many. This is basically now at waist height, and this is just some other soil that I've been holding on to that I'm going to try to amend. So, and I still haven't put anything into those, but now since I have brought out my 5-tier shelving on the patio, and basically using my space a little bit better, I think that I'm good to go ahead and put something in there. And I've bought some extras. I've got some extra little hangers that I might end up putting up there, around here, or maybe just up there, you know? So that's the patio garden, guys. I cannot wait to show you what I've been doing at the community garden. I've got to get my weeds together before I actually show you guys what's really going on out there. But I just wanted to give you an update because I know all of my followers, you guys have not heard from me, don't know what's going on. So I just wanted to give you an update. We're still chugging along. I've definitely lost quite a few plants from just, as I've said for the 10th time, sheer and utter neglect from not watering. So this is what's left. And then I have one house plant that's still in there. All right. So that's me, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Leave some comments. Tell me to get up off my ass and water my plants. All of that. Anyway, y'all have a good day. I got to get in the shower because I'm just from coaching softball and trying to get something in the oven to cook. And I just wanted to give y'all an update. So thank y'all so much for watching. If you got any ideas about this mint, got any ideas to, you know, for anything that you've seen here, like maybe this green echeveria, if you know exactly what this plant here is, so I can tag it, and you know, those 3 guys right there, that one, this one, and then this one here that's getting ready to die. If y'all know what that is, please let me know. And I'll be seeing ya. Thank y'all so much for watching.